Hello there, chat. If this stream goes down really quickly, or if I start going, whoa, it's not because it's the Timo Casino or anything. It's because there was an earthquake like 30, 40 minutes ago. There may be more. Maybe it was a pre-shock. Who knows? So kind of might be a bit of fun today, eh? Who knows? Max says, how do we know this was not pre-recorded in the messages that I asked him to send before the stream? Interesting. Right, so who is this lad? This is Stephen, I believe this is McCullagh, Stephen McCullagh, and we have a weird connection to this dude. Not because, not because I was in on it or anything, or not because I'm out doing something right now, but we were one of the first people to report on this guy, and this is being dubbed the live stream murderer. I mean, all live streamers are murderers, but what he did is he set up a pre-recorded 6-hour live stream, and then he went out to go murder his pregnant girlfriend. And I believe he called the stream like Violent Night or something like that. And it was like, I want to say it was on Christmas Eve or it was close to Christmas or something. But this happened years ago. And when we were streaming and talking about it, I was really interested in this trial. It happened in the UK, so we didn't get to see any of the details. It's not like America where everything's open. But after, I guess, several years, he's guilty. Obviously, I mean, we knew that was going to happen. So hit that like button. One of the weird things that happened, though, is when we were talking about him, one of his friends showed up in the stream. It was like, oh my goodness, I was in some of his videos, sort of thing. It was like really weird. And it was I was gonna talk to him for a bit. We also got Styx and his fake stroke. Some people gave me some criticism. They're like saying, oh, don't be mean to Styx. How would you like it if someone in your family had a stroke? Someone in my family did have a stroke, which is why I'm so furious at Styx, okay? He's such a piece of shit. The people popping in to try and defend a domestic abuser who's faking a stroke for sympathy dollars. Holy shit. He's now locked out of his YouTube account as well. We've also got a brief prelude to a new saga that's coming up next month, as well as it seems that Nick Shirley is up to his old tricks in California. And also my interest of the day, which is I've found this like big scam that's evolving on YouTube. It's the fake Japanese salaryman scam where they pretend to be poor so that people send them super chats. It's actually quite crazy how like formulaic all these videos are. And I think I know who's behind it, but I'm still investigating it. But it was a weird day today on Twitter because Nikita Beer said, starting Thursday, we'll be updating our revenue sharing incentives to better reward the content we want on X. We'll be giving more weight to impressions from your home region to encourage content that resonates with people in your country, in neighboring countries, and people who speak your language. While we appreciate everyone's opinion on American politics, okay, yeah, he really respects their opinion. We hope that this will de-incentivize gaming the attention of US or Japanese accounts and instead drive diverse conversations on the platform. We invite creators to start building an audience locally. X will be a much richer community when there's a relevant post for all people in parts of the world. Now, this was probably the topic of the day. It doesn't look like it's actually going to go forward. Like, I was actually the first one laughing about this because I want all of those LARPing Japanese fake Southeast Asians to suffer. I want Ian Miles Chongus to go back to Malaysia and stop pretending to be an American. But there's a lot of problems with this, but there's a lot of problems with Twitter's monetization as well that makes the entire platform just garbage, absolute garbage. There was some other news we got today, which was, and this is also maybe very sad, new Lord of the Rings movie. Oh boy, new Lord of the Rings movie. Can't wait for this slop. And it gets worse. Stephen Colbert is co-writing the Lord of the Rings Shadow of the Past working title, which will go into production after The Hunt for Gollum. What an absolute disaster. I think, like, who's the guy that plays Aragorn? Oh, shit, I've got his name. He said he doesn't want to come back. He's done with it. I think Ian McKellen's coming back to play Gandalf. And he's like, I'm not sure if he's going to make it to this movie, but who knows? The synopsis is 14 years after the passing of Frodo, Sam, Merry, and Pippin set out to retrace the first... Wait a second. How did I guess they mean Frodo passing into the West? Frodo had a majorly long lifespan, didn't he? Because he was a ring bearer. So didn't Sam as well? This is just Lord of the Rings fan fiction. I don't like it. Sam, Merry, and Pippi set out to retrace the first steps of their adventure. Meanwhile, Sam's daughter, oh no, Oh, you just know this is going to be garbage. Sam's daughter, Eleanor, has discovered a long-buried secret and is determined to uncover why the War of the Ring was nearly lost before it even began. Oh, no. Not my brave daughters taking over my footsteps as a fan fiction story. No. Colbert is co-writing the script with his son, Peter McGee, and franchise veteran Philippa Boyens. And I believe that not Samuel Jackson. That would make it a very funny movie. Peter Jackson, I believe, is attached as well. So I'll look forward to this, I guess. We'll see. We'll see. All right. Well, let's go to the story, the main story of tonight, which is cold-blooded, brutal, and outlandish. The plan of Stephen McCullagh, set in motion to kill his pregnant partner, was the plot of one of his video games. It might have been dismissed as too far-fetched. But for the content creator's first appearance in court in early 2023, so this is like almost 3 years ago, because I believe this was late 2023. I'm pretty sure it was November, December. My memory is a bit foggy. I was doing something a lot back then. That sounds really bad. I was just drinking a lot. It was clear authorities believed that he had not only murdered Natalie McNally, but also carefully constructed an elaborate house of cards to avoid justice. I mean, I don't know about a house of cards. He pre-recorded a 6-hour video, which I guess is more work than most YouTubers do. And then he made it look like he was answering and talking to chat and stuff, which is exactly what I'm doing right now. There were tears when police arrived at the scene, responding to his 999 call. Oh, that's a weird number. In Australia, it's like 000. In New Zealand, it's 111. Americans have like 911, which is the only catchy one. This sounds like a German phone number. 999. Anyway, his claims that another former partner, Natalie, had done it. So he tried to blame his ex as well. His presence with Natalie's family was in the days and weeks after her death, and even his attempt to spy on the conversations. Warning, this article contains strong language which some readers may find offensive. Singapore uses 999. Are they like a colony of the UK? Hey, look, that's a real-time chat. Obviously, it can't be pre-recorded. I can't be out murdering people right now as much as I would like to. And of course, there was also his alibi, the 6-hour YouTube gaming live stream broadcast the night before Natalie was found dead that turned out to be a pre-recorded ruse. Actually, I'm kind of curious how they found out about this, because it was pretty early on. Like, it was like the day after this happened they found out. He's like, didn't even last a single day. For more than a month after the murder, McCullagh, 36, believed he had been dismissed as a suspect in Natalie's death. But 3 years after being charged, the 5-week trial exposed his lies to a jury. It's December 18th, 2022, about 4 p.m., when Mr. McCullagh posts to his tens of thousands of subscribers. See, you have to have tens of thousands of subscribers to be a murderer. That he'll be hosting a gaming live stream from 6 p.m. on YouTube. The stream title is Violent Night. You couldn't expect to get away with this, surely. Surely, what was he thinking? When the stream appeared, it showed McCullagh playing the Grand Theft Auto, Vice City, and Robot Wars video game while drinking, vaping, oh my goodness, just lock him up forever, and commenting to the camera. Unusually, he told his viewers that he could not interact or respond to comments, as streamers usually do, well, some do, due to technical difficulties. But the stream wasn't live at all, but neither was his girlfriend. A digital forensic analyst told that his trial, that evidence indicated the 6-hour gaming stream had been pre-recorded 4 days earlier. The analyst also said pre-recorded file was stopped at 5 past midnight on December 19th. Yeah, I knew it was December. And then deleted. It was during the broadcast that McCullagh murdered Natalie. YouTube gaming channel belongs to McCullagh, and it has now been removed from the platform. I remember that we watched this stream. Like, we had a bit of a look at it, because there was evidence and they hadn't removed it so, like, immediately. Is he's having murder difficulties? Is this pre-recorded? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Look, I'm answering all the chats, okay? These are not just chats I told people to send in preemptively. Although it is understood that gaming stream had been demonetized, it remained on his YouTube account throughout the court process. That seems a bit rude. Like, what if he actually was innocent? He just deprived of his income during that and that epic 6-hour gaming stream, Violent Night. Seems a bit rude. I need to take her down. The stream or his girlfriend? There's just the same warning. Parts of the stream were played to the jury during his trial, and they contained, among other things, reference to violence, crime, and relationships. I mean, he was playing Grand Theft Auto, but he did say some pretty creepy stuff, as I recall. Like, we were looking at the timestamps and going through, and we were seeing some woe buddies in there. In the time it is believed Natalie was attacked, he was playing Grand Theft Auto mission, where it's required to kill a woman. I mean, that's just you do that for fun in Grand Theft Auto, though. During this, he sings, "I need to kill this bitch. I need to take her down." I mean, this is starting to look less accidental. The audacity of him. About 10 minutes later, he says, "Abso-fucking-nootly not. Abso-fucking-Natalie." It is his only reference to her by name during this. That seems like a big whoopsie daisy. I wouldn't have done this. I mean, if I did it, I think I could have got away with it. Not that I ever would. That's all I'm saying. Minutes later, he takes a break, during which a poster for the James Bond film No Time to Die briefly comes up on the screen. Come on now. Like, I love putting little jokes and memes into my videos too, and references to stuff that only I understand. But this is a bridge too far. This guy thought he was like the Zodiac Killer or something. Imagine he changed his YouTube channel to that. That'd be great. Minutes later, he takes a break, during which the poster for the James Bond film No Time to Die briefly. I said that part. What he meant with these references has gone unexplained. I think I know what he meant, though. He did not take the stand during the trial. That seems like a good idea. The brutal murder, hours before the recorded stream was posted on YouTube. Natalie McNally was in her parents' home watching the World Cup final and enjoying a Sunday dinner. Oh, like a proper British lass she is. She and McCullagh exchanged messages just before he posted the stream. He said he was about to stream the night away. That's a weird thing to say. "Hey, honey, I'm just going to stream the night away." BobTube says, "How are you this fine date?" Meme. I am doing great today. Thank you very much. By this stage, McCullagh was walking about 2 miles from his home in Lisbon to Dunmurry, where he catches the bus to Lurgan, 20 miles away. See, this is a mistake. Like, surely the buses have CCTV. That's everywhere in the UK. If he was going to do this, he had to take the back alleys, obviously. Leave the phone at home, so you have to memorize the plot in advance because you're not going to have any GPS. That's just rule number one. You've got to watch a bunch of those GeoWizard videos where he does like the straight line missions through like UK suburbs. Those are great videos. I love those. But you got to figure out how to like climb over people's fences and stuff. You need to pre-plan this, like, obviously. He was wearing dark clothing, gloves, and has the bottom half of his face covered, and is carrying a green shopping bag. And you can see here. So here is the Market Street, Silver Green train station, and William Street, and Low Road in Lurgan. These names seem fake to me. Imagine naming a street after a dude called William. Earlier, he looked up the bus and train timetable and to and from Lisbon, Dunmurry, and Lurgan. When he arrived, he walks out for more than just a mile and a half to Nellie's home at Silverwood Green, where he brutally murders her. Police say the killings happened between 8:50 and 9:30. See, I couldn't have done this because my stream starts around 9 o'clock. So I'd have to do this before, obviously. She stabbed, strangled, and suffered at least 5 heavy blows to the head. He was caught on the return journey, extensively captured by CCTV. So this is why you never commit a murder in the UK, unless you're an immigrant with a knife or acid. If you're a white dude, you like, look at that. Like, you just show up. Like, these cameras are specifically designed to like pick white dudes out in the night. Before embarking, he changed his clothes. The trial prosecutors highlighted images from his social media that show him wearing black hat and wig that bear resemblance to the man who appears in the footage walking back through Lurgan Town Centre. Now, you see here, this is a UK article. So centre is spelled C-E-N-T-R-E, the correct way. This is how I spell it too. I think the Americans chat might find this interesting. It's thought he intended to catch the bus home or train home, but it was too late. Instead, he spots a parked taxi and convinces the driver he is the one who booked the fare, but that the destination has changed. Then he has to go to Lisbon, right, to his front gate. This is just amateur hour. Come on. He had the presence of mind. He had the presence of mind to record a 6-hour stream, pretending to talk to the chat, and then he just takes the bus and walks past all the cameras. Oh my goodness. When he arrives home, he stops the stream and deletes the pre-recorded file. Now, what he had to do is you have to have the game ready and loaded. So then you just have like a toilet break, and then you join the stream at that point, and it looks like you're just continuing on, and then you start interacting with the chat and say, oh, it's fixed. This is how you would have done it. Like, you just play a pre-intro video that times up. You have to perfectly get home, and then you just sit down. Obviously. Like, it's so simple, dude. Not that you should do it, just like hypothetically. This is all academic, okay? All academic. let's see. His arrest and release. He texted Natalie's phone and his friend Annie to further embed his alibi. The messages suggest Natalie may be angry with him for drinking during her pregnancy, and also that she may be having difficulties with her diabetes. So no, I won't say many things about her. He also finds time to post a video review for a Star Wars lightsaber toy. That's actually, I remember that. Like, we were looking at his channel and we were like laughing at his lightsaber and I think like the Doctor Who Sonic Screwdriver review. I remember that. And that's one of the friends that was in the video that came into the stream. I pre-recorded this so I could go drinking. I would love to go to the bar, honestly. I'm having such a good week that I really want to go out and celebrate. That evening, he traveled to Logan apparently to check on Natalie, who no one else had heard from for almost 24 hours. He called 999 from Natalie's home, sobbing. Over the course of a 10-minute call, emergency services are told she's gone and that there's blood everywhere. He conducts CPR. Prosecutors told the court that it was all an act. He then told the police at the scene that he believes an abusive ex-partner was responsible. He also tells them about his live stream the previous. No, that's so cringe. I mean, it's like, where were you the previous night? I was live stream. Just say you're on your computer. Officer, have you ever heard of a live stream? You should probably subscribe, hit that like button, and turn on the notification bell because I'm going to stream more Violent Night at GTA when I get home tonight as a free man who didn't murder my ex-girlfriend. Well, I guess it was his current girlfriend, but I guess she was ex by the time he got to her. Oh, the cringe of it all. The cringe of it all. Hello, officer. Would you like to hear about my live stream? When everyone asks me what I do, I never tell them YouTube. I don't think I've ever told anyone that I do YouTube. The one time I felt emboldened to say that I had a YouTube channel, it blew up in my face. And I'm never going to do it again. Like, I've spent years just telling people I'm a video editor or I do stuff online. That's all I say. Then the one time I actually said YouTuber, it blew up in my face immediately and I got like red face and it was a disaster. I think I told you guys about that, but I dare not repeat it, I think. It's too cringe. It's absolutely so cringe. Police had accepted his alibi, and on Christmas Eve, he told them he was no longer viewed as a suspect. Well, that's what they always say. The former partner that McCullagh had accused is also arrested and interviewed. To her, he too has an alibi and is released. That alibi was outlined thoroughly in court during his trial, where the jury showed a video of him asleep in front of the TV during the World Cup final. That's because sports is boring. Blogger is more accurate, that's true. In the 6 weeks that followed, he acted out the grieving boyfriend. He attends her wake, where he is given time alone with her. He visits her grave. Like, when he's got the time alone with her, what do you think he's saying? Like, I was watching Seinfeld, as I often do when I've got, like, nothing to do. Or I'm just going to chill out. And there's one where, like, George is talking to Susan's tombstone. And he's just like, so the Yankees won the World Series. It was great. Is that what does he think he's doing? It's just like, is he just saying nothing? Or is he like, so they're never going to catch me. I totally got you, bitch. Like, what do you say in that situation? Like, imagine they had hidden cameras. Like not even like a setup. Like, they just had the wake or the funeral home had like hidden cameras, and he's just like, so I really murdered you. I got you, bitch. And then they're just like, oh, oopsie daisy. Got to confirm the kill. Well, that's actually one of the best lines in one of the Dune books is never believe someone's dead until you see their body. So you got to go check. But even then you can be mistaken. So you should got to be careful, especially in Dunk that's coming up this year with, I guess I don't want to spoil it, but there's some shenanigans with cloning is what I'll say. He visited her grave. He messages her brother regularly. He makes a tribute video montage from old home videos. Oh, please tell me he didn't upload this on his YouTube video. That is played at a rally in her honor. He even goes so far as to leave her phone at the McNally family home in order to record their private conversations. See, that's a George Costanza move as well. Like, you leave the recorder in your briefcase and walk out of the room for 15 minutes and see what they say about you when you leave the room. After 39 minutes, he returns to their home to say he's forgotten his phone. See, literally a George Costanza move. He claims the recording was due to a glitch on the phone, but the court later heard he'd previously recorded a private counselor session of his former partner. This guy was thinking he was in a movie. Like, this is the average UK intelligence just watching things from a movie, like, and thinking you're going to get away with it. Oh, I'll take the bus in it. Oh, I'll just get this. I'll just go up to the taxi man and tell him that I need to go straight to my house. Oh, come on, dude. Why did he do it? It is impossible to say the exact motive. He denied the murder, offered no explanation for the pre-recorded live stream, and didn't take the stand during the trial. But the court heard that in the month leading up to her death, Natalie had been messaging other men. So he was a cuck. Not only is he an idiot, he's a cuck. Actually, speaking in cuck news, I don't have the quartering stuff ready, but like Jeremy's introducing the bull to as his friend group. But it's a cuckold story. It's always coming down to cuckolding, isn't it? Some of the messages were sexually explicit, and she had told one of these men the week before her death that she was considering breaking up with him in the new year. She's going to break up with him after he had his baby? Breaking cuck news. Yes, indeed. The court heard it was believed that McCullagh had accessed Natalie's phone and read those messages. It was also told previously he'd been arrested for assaulting the ex-girlfriend after reading messages on her phone. But jealousy goes only part of the way to fully explain the extent of this murderous plan he had set in motion. It was meticulously laid out. It was exposed as a cold and calculating house of cards that came crashing down. There we go. So there you go. He's guilty. So, I mean, they got him. That's good. It's sad this woman was murdered, obviously, especially since she was pregnant. But there's the resolution of that story. Some people are asking about this, and I was curious myself. Like, it just popped into my mind the other day. And I was like, what's going on here? All right, but there you go. There you go. Now, back to Styx Hexenhammer. Styx, hey, you'll notice, since we watched that video of his from 10 days ago, when he talks at, was it 10 days ago or was it 12 days ago? Where is it? It's the one where he talks about, here it is. Cannabis can treat fatty liver. Well, no, it can't. No, it can't, but there you go. So he was posting on YouTube. He now has 2 warrants out for him. He's on the run, but something bad happened, chat. He had a stroke. And I was laughing at him. I was laughing at his misfortune. He's a domestic abuser. He's a piece of shit. He deals in chaos magic, and he thinks that he's cursing people and sending them to the shadow realm and things. He deserves to suffer for everything that he's done. But people are like, oh, don't be mean to him. Well, guess what? It was totally fake, obviously. We'll go through it as we go through it. Thanks to Stolas, the next chapter of my life has begun. Google is a strange company. I can access my email and Blogspot, and I can literally do everything on YouTube, but I can't upload or use my studio. It keeps asking me to verify myself over and over. Hey, Team YouTube, fix this nonsense. You won't even email me the verification code. Then Team YouTube responds, and then he says, that will do nothing since I have a new phone. Now, some people are suggesting that maybe he threw his phone away so that he could evade the police. I think that's just I think it's just stupid. If that's true and he lost his two-factor authentication, then that's just very funny. I'm able to access my email. You can set it there. Sadly, no code was sent when I attempted this prior. And whoever was screenshotting this liked the thing. This isn't my screenshot, but they're liking Team. This is the only time Team YouTube gets a like on their things. All right, so he goes on. Don't worry, everyone. The epic return of Cracktopus will be today. Keep in mind, until YouTube starts messing with me, I'm largely new tech only. So I was wondering, but I was checking his channel, looking for the videos, because after he had the stroke and everything, I wanted to see if he was like droopy faced. I wanted to see if he was slurring his speech or if he's just drunk. But he uploaded onto his Rumble. It's a Rumble exclusive. All of the pirate grifting is exclusively on Rumble. Actually, we have a funny Rumble story next, which is a very brief one, a very brief Nick and Aaron interaction. So let's have a look at his video without any further ado. I had a stroke. LOL. Rumble exclusive. Oh no, LOL. That's what I say. Like when I have a stroke, oops, LOL, might have a stroke later, feeling cute. All right, Styx, tell us what it is. Tell us what it is.
All right, everyone, it's time to talk about what happened to me lately. You may have wondered why I wasn't actually on board.
On board? I mean, he's toothless, so he is lisping a little bit. But you typically do not act like this after a stroke. And I know someone personally who had a very minor stroke recently. Like, they literally had like the minorest stroke you could possibly have. It still affected them greatly in a way that's, disabling them their regular life.
Matey, I wasn't aboard deck. I think I had a stroke.
You think you had a stroke? You don't think you have a stroke. You have a stroke, you get paralyzed, or you get parts of your brain just disappear, or you lose access to them, essentially. and then you go to the hospital and get checked out. It's totally fake. Anyone that was giving me shit in the comments saying like, oh, don't be mean to Styx, get fucking played. You fell for his stroke sympathy point thing. This man just is such a bullshitter. Holy shit.
Like a literal one, not just
maybe a seizure. I'll tell you what he had. He had fucking Saturday night palsy. He drunk too much, fell asleep on the couch, and probably laid on his arm, and it was like, oh, my arm is tingling. That's what happened. Like, he's gonna say in this that he was like, his lips were blue, his face was blue. I wish my mom took a picture of me. LOL.
Matey, I wasn't aboard deck. I think I had a stroke. Like a literal one, not just an ischemic attack.
What the fuck is an ischemic attack? Is that something from the Little Hat people? What is it? Is it like a shaman? Ischemic? Ischemic attack. Oh, ischemic stroke. Okay, an ischemic attack is a temporary blockage of blood flow to the brain, causing sudden, short-lived stroke symptoms lasting from minutes to 24 hours. Okay. What teeth? Yeah, his ex-girlfriend punched out his face.
That can be a problem too. But I think that I had more of a stroke considering what my mom told me after my, near dead body was found, which is that I had blue lips and a blue tongue and shit like that. Now, there's good news and bad news.
Ischemic? Is that how he's supposed to be? Ischemic? Maybe he did have a stroke.
The good news is that it doesn't appear to have affected my cognition.
He said that he couldn't read. This absolute fucking blue-faced liar. He said he could no longer read. He said the joys of reading and delving into the world of fantasy and expanding his mind was the one thing that has been cut off from him forever. And he was doing all these fucking tweets. He's writing like 25 tweets a day. So I guess he's like dictating it or something. Absolute bullshitter.
It's much the same as before. The bad news is that it definitely fucked up my eyesight, unfortunately. So
maybe he's
my ability to perceive light and dark is greatly diminished.
Oh my goodness. He can't see color anymore, chat. He's living in that gray zone.
So white surfaces, they appear much brighter than they did before. Dark surfaces are almost indistinguishable.
No, he's just hungover. I refuse to believe this. Okay? No, it's like when you wake up and you're hungover and you go outside and you look at, oh, fuck, it's so bright. That's what's happening. That's what's happening here.
It makes it much harder to read text. That's really, really dire for somebody who really, really likes literature. I like to read, I like to edit, and so forth. And write, as you have seen lately. Another good piece of news, though.
Good piece, okay.
For some reason.
Let's see what's good about the stroke.
And I'm assuming this is due to mild brain damage or something. For some reason.
I mean, I believe that Styx has mild brain damage, or actually severe brain damage, but moreover from the alcohol.
And I find the sort of things that I found funny before more funny than I found them before. So I'm sitting there laughing my ass off.
So he got like retarded? And now he can laugh at like the Daily Show or something?
If I'm not even high or anything like that, and I'm reading literature, mainly which I have written, and
wait, he's laughing at his own writing? That's a cringe alert. Holy shit. I mean, like, sometimes you think of a funny joke and maybe have a giggle, but like you write something down, you reread it, and like, holy shit, this guy's a genius. Oh, that's level of arsehattery that I can only dream to one day take part in.
It's hysterical to me. So I suppose that there's a silver lining to every dark cloud. Now, what I would tell you...
How can he tell if the clouds are dark or not?
Because it's possible you'll have this kind of malady or some other malady within your life. I have spent years preaching the same basic idea.
What, like cursing your enemies with chaos magic and hoping that they die? Like a bunch of people that like are still like adjacent to Styx, like the Quartering, Melanie Mac, those sort of people. They're like, we're praying for you, Styx, even though we know we hate prayer and God and everything. He was telling everyone to get fucked. So let's see what he says.
Turn lemons into lemonade, so to speak. you're going to face adversity in life. Doesn't matter if you start off upper middle class, polo shirts and golf courses and shit like that. Literally doesn't matter. You're going to have adversity and shit like that.
Nah, I'm going to be just fine, but go on.
Take your hobbies and turn them into skills, and maybe you can turn those skills into careers. That's my best advice to all of you out there.
I actually don't think this is good advice at all. One of the ways to find out you actually hate your hobby the fastest is to turn it into a career. Oh, it sounds so good. I could just do gaming all day and make if you start making like a gaming channel, you start to hate games. That's how it works, okay? Maybe you can still find some joy in them. If your entire livelihood depends on your hobby, then what do you do to relax? Now, some people do take their hobbies and make them into fantastic careers. I'm not saying you can't do this, but saying that this is great for everyone is just wrong. There are a lot of people who'd be much happier if you just leave your hobbies and work life separate. I think it takes a very special person to turn their hobbies into their like livelihood and really go forward and both enjoy it and be successful at the same time.
That is, be productive.
Look at DSP exactly.
Look for ways to be productive and then produce. Effectively, that's the entire message with regards to lifestyle choices.
Did he scuff his wall with a pirate hat? I thought this was I thought for sure this was a smudge on my screen, like this thing here, right? I was like thinking about wiping my screen off. I didn't want to make an action during the thing, but now that I notice it, it's on both of my preview screens, so it makes sense. Yeah, I guess so. He probably did. He probably slept with a goofy leg or something. Fatty Caddy with a 2 says Sean really is a high roller, meeting KBJ. Who's KBJ? The Keanu blowjob? What is this? Is this some American nonsense? Is it political? Tell me.
Also, be very careful who you date. Sometimes.
Yes, because you could date someone like Styx.
It could be a little bit more dangerous than others. That being said, I'm not too upset about the fact that I guess I had a stroke.
You guess? What do you mean? You were taken to the hospital. What did the nurse say? What did the doctor say? Did you have an MRI? What do you mean? You don't just have a stroke, go to the hospital and just wander out.
The oddity is, all of a sudden, I'm sitting there at the computer. And I was waiting for a court hearing, actually, at the time.
Wait a second.
All of a sudden, I felt like I was cut in half and ripped backwards. And I guess I sort of blacked out after that. I guess that I fell to the floor.
What are the odds? So you just happen to be waiting like a good boy for the court appearance. And then at this moment, in this part of his house, localized entirely in his brain, was a stroke at that exact moment. Well, that's awfully mighty convenient. Maybe it's a blessing by Stolas that was trying to get you out of court duty or something.
And that's when I was found, because I was, again, all pale and my face.
I mean, he's pale now. What do you mean? That's like any other day,
face
right?
was turning blue and shit like that. I wake up in the hospital and I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't even know what was happening. Like, I was, only half aware at the time. And it was quite something. Yeah, let me tell you.
Yeah, and then my pants fell down, Mom, and the computer got a virus. Mom, yeah, that's exactly what happened.
It was definitely the most bizarre medical episode other than my overdose many years ago on JWH 18.
Huh?
And had a great time, though. I fell and probably concussed myself on the way out of the hospital, but...
What? Did this guy sneak out of the hospital? Did he get admitted to the hospital? He woke up there, and then rather than have any tests, he snuck out. People that have strokes aren't very mobile. But then he double-dipped and got himself a concussion as he was sneaking out of the hospital? Or is that the other time when he overdosed and whatever that JBL high five is?
And then had to walk home. Because they don't have a taxi service at Rutland Regional. So I was all fucked up. And I don't even really remember much of what happened after that. I just know that I managed to get home. And then I woke up in my bed and, my coordination and balance were all fucked up for a couple of days. Thankfully, that has restored itself.
I got better. Didn't you have a fucking stroke? I got better. He was drunk. This is exactly what happened. Is like I said, it's Saturday night palsy. He fell asleep being drunk. He probably was like pinching a nerve or pinching an artery or something, so that parts of his body were going blue. He got taken to the hospital because he's such a frail bitch that he could die if a strong wind looks him in the wrong direction or something. And then he just skips out on the bill. What about the tests? You have a test when you have a stroke.
My vision, unfortunately, has not.
Well, then stop drinking quadruple X. That's what the vision is going. It's because you're drinking moonshine.
I am unable to see very much out of my left eye.
So he's going to be all right. Is that what he's saying?
Everything is sort of echoey and wobbly. And again, my ability to see like light and dark, that's fucked up. So yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, you got to go on with life, you know?
Apparently, his light sensitivity and losing his ability to read match up word for word with stress-induced migraine. Not surprising. I mean, to be fair, he does have a lot of stress in his life. He's got two states are after him. He's got an ex with a hell of a right hook coming for the rest of his teeth. And his YouTube channel's under attack. I mean, it'd be pretty stressed.
Everyone gets fucked up in the end. We're all going to the grave. We're all going to the Grim Reaper, except for Chuck Norris. He probably already killed the Grim Reaper, so when we get over there, we're going to find Chuck Norris there ready to roundhouse kick anyone he doesn't like.
Was this story based? Not this time.
No.
I don't know which one is worse, honestly. That's about all. Peace out.
Do we watch another one of these Styx stroke commercials? That was a pretty quick one. We could move on to the other stuff, but I'm kind of curious. Let's see. So he had a stroke. That was the last one. Oh, that was the one we just watched. Pirates, Myth and Reality, Rumble exclusive. I mean, is it a Rumble exclusive when you're locked out of your YouTube channel? Like if you lock your keys in your car and you walk to work, it's not a pavement exclusive. It's just you have no other option. Boots on the ground in Iran, or you think morbid theories mean I lost my mind? A rebuttal? Rebuttal? I don't know, chat. I'll put a poll. I'll put a poll in the chat right now to see if you want to watch one more 5-minute Styx video. We'll go to the Nick and Aaron stuff, and then we'll come back at the conclusion of that with this is a legally binding poll. All right. So here's the Rekieta stuff. Very brief Rekieta segment, but we are on the advent of the conjunction of lolcows. Ethan Ralph is apparently Ethan. What is it? Ralph, because he misspelled his own name on his promo thing. Apparently, Ethan Ralph is going to Vegas April 10th to get married to Scarlett around the same time that Hackamania is happening, where both, I guess, Melton and his fat crew is going to be there, as well as Nick. Is it going to be a shit show? Hopefully. Hopefully all the gunts collide. We don't know. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be pretty good. All right, so let's see what Nick's have to say about it for himself.
If any of you guys are Twitter junkies, I made a little post to tagging Rumble video.
All right, it says, hey, Rumble video, long time no talk. Think your viewers want to watch this Fitzsimon's trial? I know a stream that would love to see the front page, and he links his own stream. How desperate. And then he links, he adds the CEO of Rumble, who he knows personally, has talked to previously when he had a Rumble deal. What do you say? For old time's sake. I love this little AI, like, enhanced image of himself as well. Oh, look at this. I'm happy I'm not wearing my gay glasses. He's desperate. He's begging for Rumble points. Look, if the quartering can't get on the front page of Rumble, what chance? What chance does Nick have?
That front paging,
that's fine. Thank you.
Front paging this Kelsey Fitzsimmons stream. It might be the biggest Kelsey Fitzsimmons trial stream on Rumble, which is.
So I guess
it might be the biggest Kelsey Fitzsimmons trial on Rumble. He had 400 people on Rumble. Everyone knows Rumble is a dog tier website, which the views are fake. If you say you've got 400 in Rumble, you've got like 50.
Like it's sad. As far as I can tell, there really aren't many trial streams on Rumble. They don't promote them. They should.
Why?
If you guys agree,
if people want to see the content, it'll go there. That's how it works.
with me, maybe you could throw a retweet Maybe tag Rumble.
Rumble is okay? No, it isn't.
Like below my tweet or whatever. And just say, hey.
Not your personal army.
You know, people on Rumble might want to watch trials and stuff. I was trying to talk to Rumble about, I think Rumble has an opportunity to actually make a dedicated trial streaming space, but if they're not going to make it friendly for creators, they're not going to get there.
Oh, it's friendly for creators.
But I think there's a bunch of people on Rumble
audiences
who would love to watch the trial or any trial, all of the trials. I'm sure there may even be some streamers who would be willing to work with Rumble on exclusivity for trial streams.
Oh, not the Rumble exclusivity deal again. If you're unfamiliar with this story, Nick got a Rumble contract, and he used to do this thing where he would stream for 1 to 2 hours and then go to Rumble exclusively, to drag YouTube audience away to Rumble and help boost them up. And it was apparently a pretty lucrative deal. He then went to Rumble headquarters. He messaged the big boys and he said, look, I'm an ideas guy. I can help make Rumble great for the first time because it's never been great. Just listen to my ideas, and we're going to become the new YouTube. After that meeting, his Rumble contract was never renewed. That's how much they think about his ideas.
Say, hey, like they don't even have to. Well, I don't know. I don't want to tell him how to negotiate or whatever. But it seems Mike could.
I mean, that's a bold-faced lie, though. I don't want to tell them how to negotiate. Yes, you do, because you're begging for a contract. You're begging for views being forced onto you because you can't gather them yourself.
That if they can make some exclusivity deals that mostly involve promotion, get eyes on this thing over at Rumble. Let Rumble know that there is a trial community. I think they should make, they have these different tabs for everything.
So what's happened is he's realized that he's been marketed out of the entire sector for trial streams. He can't beat anyone. What's the name? The really good trial streamer, Emily DeBaker. Emily DeBaker's on break for this one, or at least where she was during this stream. So Nick maybe had a chance. No. Melaniddle getting like 16,000 live concurrent viewers. Nick can barely, he got a little boost up to about 1,000 live concurrent viewers during the Afroman trial, but that was just like the topic of the day. That's not the regular streams. On any given day, he's like struggling to get maybe 500 people. He can't compete. He can't compete on YouTube. So he's going to try and go to a space where there's no competition. And honestly, this is a good idea because he was so successful in the first place because he was one of the first people to do this form of content where you just sit around, drink whiskey, have other people do the work, and you just watch and rake in all the super chats. But people figured out this makes a bunch of fucking money. So now there's a dime a dozen for this sort of content. So he's trying to go into an entirely new space. Well, I mean, I wouldn't call it new, but a space where there's literally zero competition. He doesn't want to be in the big boys anymore. He wants to be a big fish in a little pond. Well, I guess if you don't ask, you can never receive, right? Who knows? But that's what's happening here. Is he's backing out. He's cowardly abandoning YouTube for a shit tier platform like Rumble.
And I think trial commentary should be one of the categories. Tag.
So not only does he want to get his stream featured on the front page, he wants to have his own category where it's just going to be him, because any serious person doing trial streaming is on a real platform.
Pavlovsky in it. I hope.
Oh, also, like, another thing is he got instantly partnered on Kick. And spoiler alert, if you have enough subscribers on YouTube, you can instantly get partnered with Kick. It's not like a triumph or anything. But he made it seem like it was a private deal. So he was like saying, I got instantly partnered on Kick. That's going to be the new home of my show. He couldn't even get it monetized. He's still struggling because he's now stuck connecting his Stripe account. His face has been so destroyed by his drug habits that apparently every time he uploads his ID, they think he's like an AI trying to like scam the system. So he's getting suffered by Stripe at the moment.
He doesn't like me, or I hope he doesn't hate me. I haven't talked to Pavlovsky in a long time.
Probably never talked to him again. Now, how did this turn out for Nick? Well, the Steel Toe Morning Show. Apparently, Rumble featured us on the front page today, under podcast today. Thank you very much, Rumble Video and at Chris Pavlovsky. Great to be on a platform that supports creators the way that you do. Happy to call you our primary platform. Yes, it's another win for the toe.
You can't keep getting away with it! He can't keep getting away with it! He won't.
How does he, I don't know how he does it, chat. It's another win for the toe. How embarrassing though. That's like so funny. You gotta know that Aaron did this on purpose. Looking forward to seeing how the trial turns out next month, right? What is it, like 15 days away or something like that? All right, the chat says they wanted one more Styx video, but that was like a last minute video. That was like a last minute, like stop the count sort of thing. We'll watch a quick one, okay? We'll just watch this. All right, the myth and reality of pirates. Let's check it out. Are they really gay? That's my question. Do they have scurvy? Because Styx certainly does. Watch this 1.25 speed, then we'll go to the next Shirley stuff. Yeah. Okay. That was almost cringe enough to be funny, I think. I was like, haha. Get it? Oh, it's muted? Oh, okay.
We're going to talk about
I'm stupid. Maybe I had a stroke.
All right, everyone. It's time to talk about our pirates. Yes, indeed, matey. We be talking about them seamen and so forth. Seamen, get it? Haha, pun intended. We're going to talk about...
He had to make sure 3 times that you heard it, that it was a seaman joke. Did you get it, Chet? It's a sex joke.
Pirates, because there are some misconceptions with regards to pirates, actually. It's rather difficult to parse apart, but at the same time, it's also fairly easy because a lot of it is pretty nonsensical when you think about it. For instance,
what?
Point number 1.
No, they stole stuff. They're just robbers on the high seas. What's the hard to understand? Sometimes they were sponsored. Like you can get a sponsorship on Rumble if you're anyone like other than Nick Rekieta.
Mythology. Pirate captains were tyrannical warlords that ruled over their ship with an iron fist. Reality. Pirate captains were actually elected democratically, subject to effectively constitutional rules, and could not do really that much outside of combat. Now,
it be the pirate code, just like in Pirates of the Caribbean movies. It's more of guidelines.
They did have fringe benefits. They
apparently a lot of pirates were gay with their bunkmates. They had to share a crib. Is that true, Styx?
Got better accommodations, generally. They got better food, although they generally purchased it themselves. You see, when you get a double share, you can get double the food. Yeah, well, that really, really helps now, doesn't it? Huh? So the captains did get better accommodations, better food, better access to water, and so forth, but they earned it effectively. If the crew did not like them, they could, number 2, throw them off. Effectively, they could say, we're tired of this captain. You're no longer captain at all.
The black spot. It be a mutiny, says I.
We're giving you the black spot.
I promise you I haven't watched this, okay? This is like elementary pirate knowledge. You can just figure this out from watching pirate TV shows or Treasure Island, for God's sake.
Quite literally, by the way. They would
is this his esoteric knowledge that you can only get from the Rumble exclusive pirate video?
Literally hand them a black spot as a summons, and then they would take a vote, democratically speaking.
I mean, what else would the black spot be? Like, isn't it just like Treasure Island, where they like rip out a page of the Bible and then they like make the black spot in it, and then there's a Long John Silver's like, who be cutting out a page of the blessed Bible to give me a black spot? Something like that, right? He has the black spot. His wife has been to the black spot. Yeah, she has.
And they could throw them off, actually. It's pretty funny. Now, of course...
I wonder if you'll tell us about keel hauling people. That's pretty gruesome, honestly.
A few other members of the crew, the gunner, the cook, the quartermaster, and so forth, they had some latitude, too.
You know, if you want to watch, like... Sorry, getting derailed here for just a second. If you want to see a fantastic 20-minute pirate-themed, spooky, Lovecraftian style horror, check out the Love, Death and Robots season 3, Bad Traveling. That's one of my favorite short videos ever. It's about an evil psychic crab that takes over a ship, and there's some really good character drama in there and some betrayals, and it's really well written. I couldn't recommend Bad Traveling more. I wanted to make a video on it a long time ago, but I never got around to it because people don't really care about positive content. They just want to hear you be mean to people.
But they only had latitude over the things that they were supposed to do. The captain was only really given latitude if they were in combat. So if another ship opened up a broadside, captain's absolutely in charge. He has total latitude because he's been put in that position because he is trusted with that position. Hey, you know, we're under fire. There's a big problem right now. Other than that, though, the captain really only got an extra share and better quarters and the ability to buy his shit.
And like several different colored pants, situation depending, obviously.
And that's pretty much it. If a captain was wise, he would invest his extra income in getting extra shit in order to live better on the ship.
Oh, this is the secret lore. The esoteric knowledge that we could only learn from the 1600 pirate captains. If you get money, you can use it to improve your life. Really?
More than anything else. Yeah, he was probably the only one with a bed. Maybe the second mate got a little cot or something like that. Other than that, you can forget about it. Maybe the gunner. Depends on the ship.
I'm starting to believe he did have a stroke, honestly.
Yeah. But the captain was not a tyrannical warlord. Like the idea that Blackbeard and Jean Lafoot and all of these others tyrannized their crews. The only time that they were tyrannical and highly authoritarian was when they were in combat, because they're like, well, I mean, if I'm not tyrannical at the moment, we will die. That's not a good idea. Otherwise, they tended to be relatively passive, actually, much more passive. You would have been much better being a pirate or a privateer than a regular, like in the British Royal Navy around that same time.
Yeah, because then you've got that British healthcare. Don't want to deal with that.
It would have been much better. You would have gotten better food. You would have gotten better lodging. I mean, you're still sleeping above deck and shit like that, but at least the meals probably would have been palatable. It would have been pretty shitty to be in the British Royal Navy around that time. Just saying.
I mean, it's pretty shitty to be in Britain now.
Or the French Navy. Gone. Gendarme. No, I think that would be even worse. It's not entirely clear. They were basically impressing people on a regular basis, putting them into the brig, etc. And then they would make them work. They'd say, oh, well, you're one of us now. Wait, what? I'm one of your sailors? Yeah, you are. Now fucking get down below deck. That was what they did. Privateers, they were all volunteers. It's like, oh, we got a letter of marque. Yeah, we're going to go out and we're going to try to hunt treasure or grab guns or something like that. Must have been much, much better. It must have been much, much better to be a privateer or a goddamn outright pirate at the time than to sail.
What do you mean? What does he mean must have been? Doesn't he know? Is he just guessing all of this? I mean, I don't think it's... I think privateers probably did have a lot better conditions than being like the lowest rank on a British... in the British fleet. Sure. But like, it's like, oh, I bet. Like, what do you mean you bet? You're supposed to be teaching us. Who is this for? I have no idea. This is the deepest lore. It's only for Rumble exclusive.
Average Royal Navy.
I wonder if there's any Rumble
Sounds
comments.
like hell, honestly. Yeah, it doesn't sound like a fun time to me. Just
turn yourself in. I'm sure your cellmate is going to love learning about pirates. Sounding rough, just saying. Another misconception about pirates is that they're all outlaws or wrong side of the tracks type people who acted totally illicitly and against the wishes of their society. In reality, most of them were official Navy personnel and some of their home countries and going on implicitly and officially counted off-label missions. Okay, great. Arr, matey, EB3 sheets to the wind by the looks of your grog blossom. Just remember to keep the semen off your poop deck when they head to the, what, Bilboys and Irons? Bilbos, I don't know what that is. Cute word for jail.
saying. Anyway, that's about all. Peace
all right,
out.
there you go. There's your bonus Styx video. that the chat voted for. All right, let's check in with Nick Shirley. Oh wait, before we get to the Nick Shirley segment, I'm going to talk about this shit that I've been finding. Like I watched this video. Like this is a guy that I really like, Partis. He's like some form of European, and he lives in Japan and makes videos about Japan. He's been exposing this Japanese problem, the salaryman grift, and now I'm researching it. So there's all these AI-generated Japanese salaryman videos where it's like Tokyo salaryman, lost salaryman in Japan, Japanese salaryman, like $4 luxury dinner in Tokyo, the life of a 23-year-old salaryman with a femi chicken. Then there's this one, it's like payday in Japan, quiet life at 24. And then they're all like counting out their money and they're like all sad. It's like misery pornography. That's all I can describe this as. But then there was like, I'm doing my best. Like my first 275 days as a Tokyo salaryman broke me. I'm done. Lost salaryman in Japan. But all of these videos are fake. Like they're all just like, I think they're all by the same person. Like in this one, the chick gets out like her money and she like counts out the 160,000 yen that she gets, which is about $1,000. And this is actually true. This is what an average salary person when their first year would get in Japan. But then like it's some sort of massive grift because like you look down, there's like all these like £20, $100, $50, $10, 5 Australian, £14, $25. Like it's this massive grift, and they're all the same. Like there's like 20 different channels I've seen like this, and they all have the same look. They all have this faceless, like the face is always just at a camera, and they're all fake. Like none of these people are actually working as salarymen. They're all just YouTubers, and they're just making this for like a European audience. That's why it's like in English. Are you jealous? Kind of, yes. Because some of these people have like 7 videos and 100,000 subscribers. Yeah, Samurai Daddy, there's one of them. Yeah, Samurai Daddy, that's one of them. Meme can't fathom a successful YouTuber. Like this is just, I guess this is just like a trend or something. It's so easy to produce. Like these videos are so easy to produce too. But now that I think about it, being poor in Japan is kind of something I've been interested in a while. Because I was following that weirdo chick who was like the bunny girl. And she was living the poor life as well, but she actually had a real, like that was the real life, allegedly. Anyway, she had a big crash out, by the way, and is actually like somewhat of a lolcal herself. Very interesting. But like, I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to do some more some more research into this. But this is like the tells are always like the buy me a coffee. The thing is all the same. Like this one's 28 videos, 70,000 subscribers. Burnout, no friends, payday, overwork, cheap meals, 1K salary. Payday, marriage thoughts, no friends, I'm tired, Valentine's Day alone, burnt out, payday. Like it's always like this crying with like the paper and stuff. Like, and there's like 20 different channels that are exactly the same as this. I think they're all made by the same person or like this league of people. I think one of them is the same person that does these like faceless travel videos that was really successful a couple of years ago, but I can't prove it. But I kind of know in my heart it's the same person. I can tell. These signature video. Anyway, this is what I'm autistic about today. Let's have a look at this one real quick. I just want to see how many donations she gets. Oh my god, $5, $50, $2, $5. This one's not as much, I guess. There was one guy I was looking at a buy me a coffee link, and like this is some wild shit actually. Hold on, I'll go to this for a second. I was reading some of these messages. I was curious how effective this is. And this one guy's like, this guy's like a real simp. No matter what, I'll keep supporting as much as I can. Maybe I went overboard at first, but please let me know. I do it in a good heart. What about 500 coffees I think it's like $5 per coffee. So that's like what? $2,500. This guy's just a full salary in Japan that he's offering a month. Is that enough? Do you need more? I could do overtime if so. Like he's just like I'm going to work my entire life to support this random faceless Japanese woman. I guess that makes sense though. Honestly, at this point, I'm not going to stop. All my spare cash will be yours. This is financial domination. This is some Findun shit. Or maybe I'll give you half my weekly paycheck from now on. I was also thinking if I manage my money right and cut my expenses, I could give you 70 to 80% of my monthly salary. Holy shit. Nobody tell Jer about this grift. Honestly, like I was thinking about just buying like a Japanese black suit and doing this because it's so easy. These videos take like 1 day to make. Oh, did my camera just turn off? There we go. See, I can't even keep the lights on in my channel chat. I think it just overheated, honestly, because I have the back open, so it's okay. All right, so let's see what Johnny, not Johnny Smiley. Let's see what Nick Shirley's up to. I'm gonna hit the like on the video. We'll see how we're going. This is I expose California billion-dollar fraud crisis. All right, let's take a look.
This is the sound of hospice money. Could you just answer the question, what's the need for a 1,000% increase in hospice care here inside of LA? Do you have the paperwork to enroll a little boy by the name of Joey?
Not little Joey, not again. I'm going to try and open the back of my camera. See if that actually reduces the heat. I thought that by closing it would actually save power because it's like, but I guess it's just keeping all the heat inside. Who knows? Pretty dumb on my part, honestly. There we go. All right.
What's going on? Well, it says there's 14 children enrolled here on the state of California. That there is $6,000 per beneficiary. Can you give us any explanation? Where can we open a hospice at? Get them made back just like you.
California may have the largest amount of fraud in the country, as California is the state with the highest taxes and collects more money than any other state in America. It is filled with fraud.
Oh, actually, speaking of channels being under attack, what was his name? The other guy does similar content to Nick Shirley. The one that went to India. God damn it! Why can't I remember his name? You guys know who I'm talking about, though. The guy that went to the Poop Festival. Apparently, that video. No, not Jeremy. Apparently, his video about how Indians were sneaking into Canada and then into America was completely blocked by the entire country. Yeah, Tyler Oliveira, who's I'm thinking of, Tyler. So Tyler Oliveira's video, he got his Patreon taken away from him for talking about the Jewish people in New Jersey. But he recently had his channel blocked by the entire continent of India. Not even joking.
California's version of Medicaid, called Medi-Cal, has more than doubled since 2022 from $108 billion to a proposed $222 billion in 2026. Their population, however, has not grown exponentially. However, their spending has. There has been a 1,000% increase in hospice care in the Los Angeles County. In fact, 1 out of every $10 of home health care in America is spent in Los Angeles.
So I had a family member that used to work in hospice, and it's like such a grueling job. Like, you make friends with these like old people or people that have like these maladies that are, bringing them to an early grave. And then like everybody you know that works there just eventually dies. It's one of the most apparently emotionally straining jobs you can do. To take advantage of these people, like, it's so slimy.
On top of that, their government-funded daycare programs are filled with violations while they continue to give money to these fraudsters. It is estimated that the fraud in California could be in the hundreds of billions of dollars. In this video, we'll be going face-to-face with these fraudsters.
Yes, it's end-of-life care. That's what I'm talking about.
Confronting them as they defraud the American taxpayer out of millions and billions of dollars as they live their lives in luxury, driving around luxurious cars that cost more than $100,000 that you actually paid for. Let's start first by going to these daycares filled with violations that still continue to receive money from the government.
So this is the location of the daycare. It's in the middle of this shopping plaza. A lot of the buildings are closed down or boarded up, have been graffitied. And then you also have just a big dumpster right here.
Now, I've never seen California. Is this the actual state of most streets over there?
With all this garbage, and then the daycare is right there. We're gonna go in right now.
We actually have a homeless person there too. Did you see that?
There's actually somebody sleeping here right now. Hello? You all right? Yeah. And so there is a homeless man who's sleeping right next to the daycare. He's sleeping right here in the daycare.
I assume that was a YouTuber. Like, that's not an actual homeless guy, right?
Is right there. This does not look like a place where you'd want to bring your...
I mean, not that the homeless people wouldn't be sleeping there, but just the fact that he was just like, hey, how's it going, guys?
Child, and it does not look suitable and set the code to be a place where children are enrolled. So
not the learning center, again, the best seafood. I don't know about that.
And set the code.
There it is, the learning center. Medina Learning Center, childcare center, Head Start, pre-K.
To be a place where children are enrolled. So they do have some children here. How many do they usually say they have, or what's the story with the children?
The last few visits from the state have said that they have 39 enrolled.
And right now we're seeing about 5 children?
Yes.
They are enrolling right now. It says Medina Learning Center is now enrolling. So let's see if little Joey can leer a little bit here at Medina. Do you have the paperwork to enroll a little boy by the name of Joey? Yes, we'd like to enroll little Joey into daycare.
Bananas, rice,
they
and
have as their
hospice.
backup facility the UMI Learning Center, and the UMI Learning Center was convicted in federal court in 2024 of having 150 ghost kids. So I
don't know if it kind of makes me laugh, but the idea, like, there's all these childcare centers. It's like, is there somebody you forgot to ask? And there's like a picture of Nick Shirley. Like, he's just going around to every child learning center in America.
Find out what the affiliation is and why this facility is listed as the backup.
Yeah, can I get the paperwork to enroll a child?
Yes, I can.
What do you think about
See, it's that easy. Like, this seems to be legitimate, at least.
Is being used for fraudulent businesses to receive money from the government to say they're enrolling 39 children, 89 children, and for millions of dollars be going towards these facilities. What do you think about that as you do work in a daycare?
No, it does happen. I've seen it like elsewhere. I've seen it like being listening to the news. So it does happen.
Thank you.
The card that they gave us, this is the licensee, the person who owns it.
And that's so far been the only thing they've been able to give us as to how to enroll a child. And then in the back corner of this parking lot appears to be the playground. Here's a bunch of garbage, and then right here appears to be the playground. Some strange things are happening outside this daycare. Whether or not it's fraudulent, there is a lot of suspicious activity taking place.
I mean, this one's, I think you should give them the benefit of the doubt at least. So they had kids inside the place at the business hours. They were willing to give you their card. They're willing to give you the enrollment forms. I think we can assume that it's probably legitimate. Like the fact that there's only 5 there out of like 30 or whatever, that's not necessarily strange because kids don't always come on the same days.
Right here is Hayden Sarah Family Childcare. This is a daycare right here.
This one looks a lot more suspicious since it's just a residential address.
Apparently, they have 14 children enrolled. Tell us a little bit more about this daycare right here. We're in the middle of the hills here in San Diego.
So according to state records, when inspectors arrived here, there were 14 kids enrolled, but 0 present. And then this place was also cited for having missing children's records and also not having a facility roster.
It's kind of weird that there's this daycare in the middle of a neighborhood.
I'm sweeping for ghost children now. Oh my goodness. Look, I like to give people the benefit of the doubt, okay? This place obviously is a scam. What they're doing here is, I guarantee it, is that they just like the neighbor's kids or something come over and they're running a fake daycare.
I was naked, okay?
No,
I can sue you. I was like, I wasn't dressed up. I'm Muslim.
Why are you naked if it's a daycare though? Like, wait a second.
Either way, can we enroll a child into the daycare?
You don't know what's going on.
Well, it says there's 14 children enrolled here.
In-home daycares exist, sure, but how many millions of dollars are those places getting?
On the state of California. It says there's 14 children enrolled here.
You don't care.
I do care. Then where are the children?
You don't care.
Where are the children at?
It's 9 up Minnesota. You come here.
Where are the children at?
Oh, she knows who it is. Why is it always Somalis? Even in California. They usually have a sign
Where are
to
the
it.
children
Yeah,
at,
exactly.
ma'am? All right, so what she's doing is she's making a video right now. She's going to send it out all to all the other daycares. But at the end of the day,
All right, there we go. See if
enrolled
the
for
camera's
14
working
children,
now.
no children here. And this is from the state of California. We're not targeting Somalian population. We're just going after daycares. And just so happens to be that all the daycares, they are Somalian so far. Where are the children at, ma'am? 14 children. Would you like to make a statement as to where the children are?
You don't care where is my children are.
Ma'am, we would not be here if we weren't asking you.
You don't care. You don't care.
What do you mean we don't care? This is why we're here.
And don't record me. You don't care.
This is why we're here to ask about the
Caring
daycare.
in this economy? I don't think so, Sonny Jim.
Who you are? Who you are?
My name's Nick Shirley. You already know that.
Shirley, I know, but you a trouble man.
How are we making trouble? You're causing trouble.
Let me call 911.
We just want to know where the children are.
No, I'm calling 911.
For what?
To you.
For what?
You come my house.
We haven't done anything.
I don't know.
The problem with these daycares is that they receive money through a program called CalWorks, but as you see, there are no children actually there. These fraudsters are simply enrolling children on paper to receive government subsidies. Even after the state visits these daycares and confirms there are no children actually there, the government and the state continue to give these daycares money. Now let's go to another daycare.
Once again, we have another daycare, but this daycare is right here inside of this.
Where are they? Yeah, that was one of the funniest criticisms I think Nick Shirley was getting. Is like, where are the children? Where are they?
Home, and let's see if there's any children here. They do say they have
CalWorks doesn't. Yeah, come on.
7 enrolled. The state has said that there is 0 when they arrive. Is this Habubu Family Childcare? Yeah, we were wondering if we could enroll a child into the daycare here.
Habubu.
You need to get up from here because there is trespassing. You see.
Like the shoe boxes are actually a really good way to determine whether or not it's a childcare facility or any sort of education facility. Because I guess not in America, because Americans are dirty animals that leave their shoes on when they go inside. But like definitely in Japan, there's always like a genkan or like front area with like 100 shoe boxes. So it's pretty hard to fake having one.
And can I speak with somebody on the sidewalk? We just like to speak with somebody. Yes, sir.
Do Americans really just have air conditioners like this as well? Like I thought this was just from like, The Simpsons. We've got like the boxes coming out of the window. They've got like a blind down. And there's like a piece of wood there. Do Americans really? Honestly? Like I got an air conditioner up there. You guys have seen it. It's like nice. It's like built into the wall.
Yes, we're right here. Can we talk to you really quick, sir? Can I come talk to you, please? All right, so right now, the current situation is we have some people yelling through the Ring doorbell cam. A man came out, started yelling, and then we also have this car recording us as well. But we just want to ask them for some clarification for the American people.
4 different visits. The state inspectors have shown up. There's kids enrolled anywhere from 7 kids and up. And every single time the state has showed up, 0.
0 children.
That's the state of California.
We're just asking for some clarification. They won't even answer any of our questions.
So essentially, a house just like this is receiving money from government subsidies without actually running a daycare. Meanwhile, they get money from the government as they run their fake daycares. And now,
if you rent, you're usually not allowed to build walls. That's okay. That's fair enough. I'd say. But like, don't houses just come with air conditionings? I mean, like, I think every house that I've lived in has come with an air conditioning. Maybe I'm just like exposing myself as, I guess, someone living in Japan, which every house has an air conditioning. Because you don't have an air conditioning, it's fucking brutal in Japan. You have no idea.
let's go to another one that's even more concerning as kids are left all alone.
Now we're at the Jama Shukri Family Childcare. This place is not a shopping plaza.
The
it's
Joma?
not anywhere near any place that looks like a place where a daycare would be. In fact, it's actually in one of these apartments right here. So they're able to have daycares inside apartment buildings?
Yes. So I've come across many of these. Some of these are on the third story of an apartment complex. It's only 1 bedroom, and yet the capacity is for 8 kids.
We just arrived at the daycare. We have 2 kids out here. I don't know if they're members of the daycare. There's no oversight right here. Can we talk to your teacher? Is your teacher there? So this is the first child we've ever encountered at one of these daycares. There's 2 kids out here right now, and we're gonna see if we can talk to the
licensee. It is.
I'm just noticing he's got the Meta Ray bands. I guess that's how he's recording everything. Because if you're holding a phone up, people usually get aggressive and they stop talking to you. It seems like he's upped his game and bought some of these expensive Meta glasses. There's some funny shenanigans going on with these glasses as well, by the way, where people forget they're wearing them and they go to the bathroom or they just start changing clothes, and all of the Indians that actually run the IT side of it are just saving all these photos and lewd videos of people because they just forget that they're wearing a camera all the time.
According to this paperwork, Shukri Jama.
Can we talk to the adult?
He's not here.
Not here.
Yeah.
So you guys all by yourself?
These are free range children. They're they grow up healthier.
No one's here.
No one is not here.
Actually, I got approached by a company, a Chinese company. They wanted to send me a pair of AI glasses where they've got the camera and the digital green screen going brrrr, like Terminator or some shit. Should I entertain their offer, chat? But they said I had to send them back. This seems like a shit deal. They're we're gonna send you these glasses, but you have to send them back. I'm like, I want to keep them. Not even gonna give me a free product. I don't see why I should review this shit.
Okay, so you guys are all by yourself.
Okay. I can see by myself.
Yeah, okay, that's concerning. No one's watching those children, and they're all by themselves.
My heart is breaking right now. I can't.
She literally can't chat.
Yeah,
she's
what makes
shaking.
you so emotional as a mother seeing that those kids are just out by themselves?
Seeing the kids all by themselves. It's supposed to be a licensed daycare, and there's no adult anywhere. What is going on?
And the crazy thing is, California allocates $6 billion to childcare and daycare facilities just like these, and there are over 39,000.
Hold on a second.
Allocates $6 billion.
Is this a daycare or is this just a single mother with 3 different baby daddies?
To childcare and daycare facilities just like these, and there are over 39,000 facilities in the state. The California Department of Social Services even found an error rate of over 1.6% in their own audits. And to be very conservative, it is safe to say there's upwards of $100 million in fraud.
Is it crazy for me to say that 1.6% isn't that big of a deal? I'd assume that in many fields you have around a 1% margin of error. I mean, 1.6 for California seems like that's the best you could hope for. I mean, obviously they're underreporting it though. That's the issue. But if that was the actual number, it wouldn't be too bad.
Lost each and every single year. And now let's head over to where there's so much fraud, you're going to lose your mind. Let's head over to Van Nuys.
All right, let's see if we lose our minds.
Healthcare and hospice fraud literally everywhere.
With the fraud here, California ranks the highest for Medicare, Medicaid.
Yeah, I assume this is the guy that was in the garbage before.
Medi-Cal, whatever you want to call it. They spend the most amount of money per state. And here in LA, 1 out of every $10 that goes towards home health care in the United States goes to a business here in LA. Right now we're in Van Nuys. This location has tons of hospice centers, home health care centers.
Could you start a hospice and just look after one person? And then just be self-employed. I'm looking after myself for just waiting out the clock. Then you could just play video games all day, right? And get money from the government.
And right now we're going to Gardens of Angels Hospice. They billed $4.8 million per beneficiary. They charged $5,807 with 28.6 claims per patient and only 2 codes, which means 2 services were provided. And inside of the same location, there's also Blossom Hospice, and they received $3.4 million with $6,000 per beneficiary at $927 per claim and only 1 code, which means they only provided 1 service. And it looks like there's about 15 more hospice centers inside this one plaza we're going to right now. We have all the information with us. In some of these places, it doesn't even look like they've been registered with the CMS.
Zombie Licorice with a 10 says, get tectonically subducted A-log. So far, we've only had one shake. It was like a big boom, honestly. There was like a boom and my house shook. And then I thought I was confused if it was an earthquake or a crash. Because usually, there's like a shaking. This was just like a one thing. Thank you for the
Medicare and Medicaid. 7 of the 4 entities have 0 SMS data, possibly shell registrations, shell companies. And it's rumored that these are Armenian Russian gangs, Armenian Russian mafia. So we're going to be going in there and we're just going to ask them, what's the need for all this hospice? Is there that many people dying here in LA where they need to be spending millions and millions of dollars on this hospice care? All right, right now we're looking for a Garden of Angels Hospice. All these buildings are all hospice centers. Let's see if we can find Garden of Angels. This is the Angels of Haven Hospice Care. We have Angels of Valley Hospice. Hello.
Is this like a fucking motel?
How are you? Good. We were looking for Guardian of Angels Hospice, but this one will probably do Angels of Valley Hospice. We were wondering if we could get some information to check our grandma into hospice.
Your grandma?
Yeah. We would love to maybe see if it's possible to get her in here to Angels of Valley.
You have to get a hospital.
Yeah. Hospital referral. Okay, how many people do you guys have with you guys?
Irrelevant.
Irrelevant? Oh, okay.
Where are you guys from?
Where am I from? I'm from here. We're just looking for a spot for our grandma.
Yeah, no, we're doing
We only do results from hospital.
Okay.
We don't just walk in and take it.
Yeah, because we're seeing we got Garden of Angels, Blossom Hospice here.
They are, but this is Angel.
Okay, well, we'll keep looking for Guardian of Angels then. So they say they only take it from hospitals, which could be a valid response. Let's go see if we can find Guardian of Angels. This place is just filled with hospice centers and home health care centers. You have one right here, 7-star home health care. And then up here, you have Miracle Healing Hospice. So this hospice location.
This seems like a bit of a sad thing to write. Miracle Healing Hospice. So you're going to get better? No. You're here to die. Sounds like a Canadian company.
Miracle Healing Hospice. In 2023, they charged $1.3 million. And per beneficiary, it was $32,000 for 38 beneficiaries. Per beneficiary, that comes out to $32,000, $935. Let's see if Grandma could check herself into this one. I'm just trying to be a good grandson. We're knocking the door. No one's
Apparently,
coming.
these are the biggest scams here in California.
Empty building. In 2023,
All right, that's pretty sus.
This place received $1.3
Not
million.
a single piece of furniture.
Nothing.
Insane. This is insane.
Okay, well, since we can't go to Miracle, let's see if we can get SX Home Health. It says they're open Monday through Friday from 9:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m.
It's getting really hard to find grandma
Do they lose an E in that one?
the healthcare she needs these days.
It really is, isn't it?
Just a mailing address,
SX
perhaps.
Home Healthcare, they're not open, so it's all right because we can go to Alpha Omega, Ventana Hospice Inc.
Not only are these shell companies, these are shell buildings. It's like somebody took a motel building and turned it into 100 fraudulent organizations.
We got a nice Mercedes down there, 3 nice Mercedes down there, 3
This place
Teslas.
might even double as like a illegitimate car lot. Like, are they selling a car right now?
Grandma's not going to Alpha and Omega, so maybe she can go to Serene Touch Home Healthcare.
Why would you rent a
Is that
whole ass
open
apartment
Monday
building
through
for mailing
Friday,
address?
10
It is very
12 p.m.?
suspect.
It's 1 p.m. right now. Let's see if they're hiring. Perfect. This one's open.
KMD.
Hello.
Are they just leaving it open? Are they encouraging intruders so you can add another person to the list?
Oh.
And once again, it was completely empty and nobody was there. We went to the next door because it was another hospice.
Here we have another location. We got St. Michelle, HHCI, Home Healthcare Inc. Hello.
Hello there.
No one's here. Hello, sir.
How can I help you?
Yes. Well, we were originally looking for some hospice for our grandma, and then it turns out that all these locations are hospice and home healthcare locations, and a lot of these.
Looking for hospice for who?
Grandma.
For Dr. Oz?
Yeah, for Dr. Oz.
Yeah.
Yeah, for our grandma.
Yeah.
It'd be
for grandma.
It'd be pretty
Tell
good.
Dr. Oz to take his grandma and go to the other buildings and find the hospice. You know, this is stupid. You can record me.
Why can't I record you?
You cannot.
Oh, okay. Well, we were looking for Guardian of Angels.
Well, did you see any Garden of Angels on the doors?
Nope, but they received and billed $4.8 million.
Well, it's their problem.
But we do have yours, actually.
Mine?
Yeah, yours is a KMD, right?
Yes.
So we do have
Whoever
yours.
owns this building is probably in it. This feels like more of a money laundering operation than a fraudulent operation. I mean, obviously it is fraud, but like, this is what I think for this one for some reason. I don't know, it's just like a gut feeling. Maybe it's just the motel vibes.
We don't have your official number because it wasn't posted on the CMS website or on their data set.
And you're from where?
My name's Nick Shirley. They actually made like all this information in the data public for everyone to see what was going on in our country because so much corruption's happening.
Yes.
But it doesn't look like we could find any of your information from the CMS data set, but we do have you here. So is that concerning that your information wasn't recorded in the CMS?
What information?
To the CMS data set as far as the billing?
And like, if there's some wealthy hospice scammers in the chat, they can they send me a kickback and I'll stop covering this story.
How much money you guys receive from Medicare and
Well, first you have to research.
Oh, that's what we have right here.
No. It's a piece of paper.
Oh, well, we
Hospice is in a medical room. They come to your house. Oops. I guess that could be in some situations. In the situation with my family member that was working as a nurse, they had like a facility, like kind of like a nursing home, but it was just geared towards end of life care. I guess you could just take someone in, but like there's something slimy about that. I kind of feel like if you're just taking an old person or like a dying person to your house, giving them like a spare room or something. I don't know. I'm sure you could do it legitimately, but like something about it. You need to have some real oversight on that, I think.
After all the data sets.
If you want to learn, I'll teach you how to get after the crooked people.
Okay, help us. We'd love for you to help us.
First, you have to research, like you said the name, and you have a number, right?
Yes.
And you come to my office. It's a brand new office.
Is that not how you like hospice? How do you guys? I think it's just American in the chat. Let's have a look with the. Let's have a look at the actual hospice. Hospice. Wait, let's change it to the Britain one. How can I get the UK pronunciation? I don't want this American English. All right. This will be the. I'll just check on this video.
Presents how to pronounce hospice.
Yeah, hospice. That's what I've been saying. Hospice.
Come to a building like this.
That's what I've been saying this entire time. Hospice.
Oh, we're gonna get the crooks.
Okay, well, can you tell us, for instance, Miracle over there?
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about that.
I was right
Well,
this time, Chad.
Why not? You should, because they're making you people like you who have a real business apparently getting a bad rap. You realize that, right? For instance, they received $1.3 million. They're a shell company. There's nothing in there. It's completely empty, and they received $1.3 million. You should care.
What do you mean?
If you're in this industry, I'd be pissed if someone was stealing money, making me look bad if they were in my industry.
They don't look me bad because I'm not bad. You have anything against my agency? Let's go.
Well, we were asking.
Put my hands and.
We were just asking you questions, sir. Like, how come Miracle Healing Hospice right there? They received $32,000 per beneficiary, yet their building's completely empty.
Call the FBI, Department of Justice.
I'm just doing my job as a citizen to show people what's happening here in our country, because we're all paying a lot of money in taxes, and it turns out a lot of it's just going towards fraud.
Well, I'm very happy you're going to catch the fraud people. Honestly.
Yeah, me too.
It doesn't look like bad. It doesn't make me bad because some people are doing bad stuff.
Yeah. So what's the need for 1,000% increase in hospice here inside of LA, in California?
Because everyone's dying.
You're asking me?
Yeah, because you're in the industry, so we figured might as well ask you.
And moving in that Canadian welfare.
You obviously found it was a good business to start. You just started yours, right?
I started my business in 1997.
Okay, great. So how come you're seeing such an increase in hospice care here?
Maybe I don't know if everybody likes the business. What could I say? I do this from 1997.
Good for you. And so since you've been in the industry for so long, why do you think we're seeing 1,000% increase in hospice care here inside of LA in California?
I cannot answer that question because
looks like they're all running out of here. Everyone's heading out. We just got to answer some questions, and why can't?
Who's running out?
What? Look at all the people scattering out of here. They're all here just a minute ago.
It's strange, you know. There's over 80 people connected to one of these dormant motel rooms with no furniture, and they are getting $30,000 per person. It's millions of dollars. We come and knock on the door. It's an abandoned shell company.
I don't say it's right, and I don't care about those people.
Could you just answer the question? What's the need for 1,000% increase in hospice care here inside LA, inside California? You're in the industry, sir. You've known it. You know it better than me.
You're asking me? No, I don't.
You've been in it since 1997.
Yeah, but I don't.
So what's the need for an increase?
Maybe there is a lot of old people already. I don't know what to say.
A lot of old people are dying.
You listen to Dr. Oz. Let me tell you like this.
He's a good doctor.
He's a fraud. He said a lot of medication.
What do you think, chat? Do you think this guy's legitimate or a fraudster or a gangster? One for a good boy, he did nothing wrong. 2 for he's a scammer. I feel like this video doesn't have quite the punch as the Minnesota one. Like, I feel like a lot of these probably are fraudulent, but they probably mixed in with some good boys.
Lied.
2?
It's me. I bought,
He's a smart scammer. Am I being finessed right now?
So I trust his more than yours.
Let me finish it. I bought his pills. I gained weight.
Well, you still look like you're pretty
He's
heavy.
fat.
Sir.
You look healthy to me.
Because of Dr. Oz.
Oh, you're fat because of Dr. Oz?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Sure.
Sir, how are you doing?
I think everyone's 2s.
Doesn't think there's any fraud going
Doesn't
on.
think I sing a single one.
First of all, not this guy. You have to respect me.
What's your name?
Like, this guy's wearing a tie. Obviously, he's legitimate.
Doesn't matter.
All right, well, this guy with no name. Well, you don't think there's any fraud?
Name. What's your name?
My name's Nick Shirley.
My name is John Boyagin.
Okay, great.
There is a lot of fraud going on, but it's not me. I don't give a who does what.
Yeah, we
See,
never
he's a
said
good
you were
boy.
committing the fraud, sir.
Well,
We're
see,
doing.
I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm here, right?
So
I'm
thank you.
standing next to you.
Do you know where Guardian of Angels Hospice is?
Hold on a second.
Committing the
Never
fraud.
mind. I thought I saw
We're
something.
doing-
Well, I was mistaken.
I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm here, right?
So
I'm
thank you.
standing next to you.
Do you know where Guardian of Angels Hospice is? No idea. Oh, Angels of Peace. Cool. Hello. Well, can we just ask you guys some questions? We might be able to get you some business. Are you the head honcho here or what?
No, you're the head counter. Get out of from here. Give me my
Wait,
phone.
I thought you don't know who these people were though.
Give me my phone.
Alrighty. Light Angel.
Come here.
Oh, you. Oh, I'm running. Look at him. What?
Come here.
I'm right here. I'm right here, sir.
I'm here.
What's going on?
Call 911.
He didn't say he didn't know anything about the business. He just said he didn't know why there was an increase in hospice, 1,000% over the few years. The fact that he ran into that building there is very suspect, though.
For what?
Call 911.
For what? Sir, we're just asking questions, and if you want to answer them, you can answer them.
Call 911.
We're just looking for Guardian of Angels Hospice.
We're trying to check
You're American citizens,
Look,
right?
we're looking for Guardian of Angels.
You're American citizens, right?
Of course, are
Do
you?
you see any Guardian of Angels in here?
Not yet. We're
Then
looking.
get out of here.
That's what we're looking for, sir.
There's like 100 doors. This is just one door.
Okay, get out of here then.
What's
I mean,
your
he's got an
problem with us asking
accent,
people
so
about
clearly he
simple
must be-
questions about where our
must
tax
be
dollars
evil.
are going?
I don't.
We're asking questions about where our taxes are going.
You're not asking, you're harassing people.
How are you harassing
You
people?
can't be two guys standing in here as a guardians and you're harassing people.
Yeah, because people want to kill me for exposing fraud here in the United States.
Why they want to kill you?
Fraudsters
You're
don't
doing
like
good
being
job.
exposed.
Huh?
Why are you raising your voice if you have nothing to hide?
You think I'm hiding?
What are you so scared
You're
about me
accusing
coming
me?
around here for?
I'm not scared. I'm feeling.
If someone doesn't care about fraud, it's a red flag, meaning their own morals are corrupted. Well, you got to remember that this is in California. There's no such thing as morals or souls in California. These are all soulless individuals. That's what you're forgetting.
You don't
You're
harass
shaking.
people.
Why are you shaking?
Because I have a diabetes.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah.
But so.
I
Does
need your full
diabetes
name.
make you
Oh, you
snake?
want my full name? It's on the internet.
No, I don't go to internet. I'm too old.
Oh, okay.
What's your full name?
Sir, we're just asking you questions about.
What's your full names?
Oh, we just want
They
hospice.
told you the Garden of Angels in this building.
It's right here.
Check in my camera.
Go look for it, bro. You see?
That's what we're
any Garden of
doing.
Angels?
That's what we're doing.
I'm
And you're getting mad
telling
at
you.
us.
No, no, you're
We
going
can't
to
find
all
it.
the
We
doors.
can't
The
find
whole
it.
filming every conflict thing people do is gay. I agree it's very gay, but if you don't do it, then you have the opportunity to be edited out of context.
I can't find it.
So are all
Where's
the-
my grandma gonna go, man? They're taking in millions of dollars. I can't find the place. You know?
Well, what can I say? What can I
Okay,
do?
well, thank you, sir. Have a good day. So here in this parking lot, you do have some nice cars. You got a Tesla, a nice Mercedes, you got another Tesla, a nice Lexus, another Tesla, a really nice Mercedes right here as well, another Tesla, Audi. Really nice cars.
A lot of Teslas.
A lot of really nice cars for
Hospice.
hospice.
Usually,
Must be very lucrative because a lot of these businesses, these doors right here have nothing on them. All the blinds are turned out. In places like Miracle up there, they have received $1.3 million, yet there's absolutely nothing inside.
He needs a
This
cookie
is
chat.
what you call welfare maxing. In Rise, you come out, you're welcomed by two nice BMWs, one right here, one right here. And inside of there, you have a whole plethora of Mercedes, Teslas.
Wait, who's that? Accident lawyer, bikers, punch, big. I wish there was one that were the lawyers that we know. That'd be fun.
BMWs.
It's almost like a
you name
TV
it.
style
But apparently, there's nothing fishy going on according to them.
We then headed to the next hospice compound in search of Hospice of Caring Hearts, which billed $2.5 million. However, when we arrived, it was nowhere to be found, but there was.
Wait, where was that? How many patients did they say they have? 412 patients. 6,000 per beneficiary.
Caring Hearts, which billed $2.5 million. However, when we arrived, it was nowhere to be found, but there was a bunch of new hospices that had popped up.
So this is how crazy this hospice fraud is here inside of California. You have all these businesses, they literally open up a business, they just put HFS Hospice Care Inc. They don't do anything with the storefront. And then you have another one right here, Relief Home Healthcare. absolutely empty inside. And then you have another one, SKH, home healthcare. They're just popping up everywhere. So this isn't some random thing that's happening here inside of California and Los Angeles in this Van Nuys area. Quite literally, we've been to 2 locations so far, and they're just popping up these home healthcare, these hospice centers, and they're not even doing anything to try and hide what they're doing. It's 1 p.m. right now. No one's working the front desk. Inside this location as well, you have absolutely nobody inside it. We're just wondering.
This is just California workers are lazy. Obviously, they went out to Taco Bell or something. They should just rob them while they're gone. Just take the computer. Why not?
We're coming through Van Nuys. Yeah. How come there's so many of these home healthcare, these hospices that are popping up everywhere?
I have no idea.
What made you want to start yours?
This isn't mine. I just work there.
Okay, and how come you think there's such a sudden rise of all these hospices and home healthcares?
Because everyone wants to kill themselves in California, obviously.
Pretty lucrative business, or?
I wouldn't say like that's that crazy.
Because there's a lot of them.
Yeah, I know.
The same building, but now on the backside you have Canestro Care Hospice Inc., Studio Care Hospice Inc., El Primero Home Health Care right there. And if you're looking for a massage to take a break from the hospice and everything, you can come right up here and get some sort of massage.
And this building right here is a perfect example of a dilapidated building that is now being used for a hospice, home health care, and adult daycare.
And this is the crazy thing that appears to be happening here in California. You can just start your own hospice. You have Advent Hospice right here. If you want to start your own home health care, you can just put up a white piece of paper and stick a logo onto it and say that's your home health care company. If you want to start an adult daycare, you can just get a building like this and receive money from the government. That's the crazy thing is inside this one building, you have an adult day health care, you have a hospice, and then you have a home health care center.
I read the worst article today where the adult daycare, Japan has invented reusable diapers or recyclable diapers for old people. So look forward to that in, I don't know, 20, 30 years, chat.
All in one location. And why are tax dollars going towards all of these buildings? And they're quite literally everywhere. Everyone should be a bit suspicious about what's happening here. Inside of these parking lots too, you'll always find a super nice BMW, Mercedes, you name it, newest Audis. You always find the nicest cars outside of these healthcare and hospice centers.
We headed to the next suspicious hospice location, and what do we find?
A brand new Mercedes. Everywhere we go in this video, going around these hospice and home healthcare centers, there is a nice Mercedes or BMW. We have all-day hospice care, Health Elect Care, you have Edom Hospice, Le Car Home Health, and even back here, this is just one floor inside this building. You have Santa Rita Hospice. I don't know what the need is for all these hospice centers, but for instance, all-day hospice back there, they billed $3.1 million, and per beneficiary, that was $6,000, 24 claims per patient with only 2 codes, which means 2 services and over 500 patients. And they started billing in April 2023 and accumulated $3.1 million in 19 months. So maybe if you want to get rich here inside the United States, come to LA, open up a hospice, because there's a 1,000% increase in hospices opening up here inside of California, and you can go ahead and become a millionaire. Could you just...
I think it'd be easier money to just make fake Salaryman videos in Japan. Like if there's a thousand new ones and the market's getting flooded, you gotta find the new grift. It's oversaturated. It's too easy. It means it's all going to come crumbling down soon.
Answer, for instance, we have some information right here that there is $6,000 per beneficiary and 24 claims per patient with only 2 codes. Can you give us any explanation? Okay, yeah, we just want to make sure, if you want anything to clarify.
Why don't you get a kangaroo teeth shirt?
Okay. For this video, we really do want to give each and every single person the opportunity to answer just quite literally the facts. All this information is coming straight from the public databases. And if they refuse to answer simple questions about businesses they're operating, I think that says a lot about what's going on behind the scenes. Now we are here outside of Healthy Life.
You've changed to the Polymarket hoodie. Now, come on now.
Adult daycare.
Like, I mean, I guess Polymarket's like a legitimate business, but if you're talking about scamming, a scamming video, I feel like there's a bit of a optics problem with wearing like a crypto style betting prediction markets.
This place over the past few years has billed $19.8 million alone. Now let's go see if I can enroll my grandma because she needs some daycare. And this right here is the entrance of a building that's received over $19 million. So this is the location that's received over $19 million. Kind of crazy, right? They say that right here, right now we're here at 1:30. No adults are here. I wouldn't doubt that adults do come, but $19 million.
It's kind of like North Korea. It's like everything's set up, but there's no people. It's like...
No, it's like this looks pretty legit so far. I would wager that this is a real one.
Like for show almost.
No, nobody's here already. You have to come back tomorrow.
And can we get like a brochure to enroll our grandma into this location?
I don't have anything.
Can anyone give us a brochure?
Angela, does somebody has information about here?
I don't think it's enough to say it's fraudulent because you do see that it is operating. There were people working inside there. But the fact that there's just businesses like these popping around everywhere, and this is what they look like outside, of the location that receives.
I mean, it kind of just looks like they were setting up for bingo or something.
$19 million over the past few years. Yet the building looks completely, almost dismantled out here. And look, all they have to say that they are an adult day healthcare is that sign that says ADHC. And there was some people working inside of it. We have the phone number right here. Darren's gonna go ahead and give a phone call and see if somebody from inside answers. There are people inside right now. The phone's just ringing. You can leave a message after the tone.
Pool tables for people in hospice. This one says adult daycare. So this one is not a hospice. It's a daycare. But yeah, old people play pool. It could just be like 2 p.m. All the old people are out getting dinner. They're going to come back after dinner and play some bingo.
There you have it. They don't even have an inbox available to take in a voicemail. And another thing to take note of is Gavin Newsom right now in Poly Market. He is the leading nominee for the Democrats.
Oh no, is this the ad?
Come 2028. All this fraud's taking place. All this waste is taking place. Nobody really knows what's going on.
Let's check the description and see if this is sponsored by Poly Market. I think this is like unofficial. I
mean, look at this place. This adult daycare received $19 million, has billed the state of California over $19 million over the past few years. This is all taking place here. So that is something to think about come 2028 with Gavin Newsom leading the Democrats right now on Poly Market.
The way these hospices are able to enroll these people and collect money from Medicare and Medi-Cal here inside of California is they collect the Medicare numbers from individuals and then sign them up for hospice without them even knowing. I actually went and spoke with a professional inside of the medical industry to get her opinion on how this all works.
We're seeing all of these hospices pop up here. Why is hospice and home healthcare such a booming business right now?
I think it's become a trend of fraud. Honestly, has like I heard about this about 5 years ago during COVID that people were building hospices and selling them. It was like a business these people made. So it's an easy way to build Medicare with their people's beneficiary numbers that people can easily steal and even purchase and buy. They buy numbers from people and tell
Paid
them.
actor. Now this is obviously a TikTok nurse that's thicker than a $10 milkshake.
Give me your Medicare beneficiary number, and I will give you something in return.
And what does that mean? Give you my beneficiary number?
So there's an ID that you have. Medicare gives you. Medicare is for anybody 65 and over. So they'll give you a Medicare ID number, and that number is what's used to bill Medicare.
So essentially, if they can get a number from somebody, it's almost like getting a credit card number, and then from there they can continue to bill and bill and bill and get that Medicare money.
Exactly. It's actually more beneficial than finding a credit card these days. Anybody can get a hospice license, actually. You don't need to be a physician. You don't need to be a doctor. You can apply and get a hospice license in the state of California.
See, I like this one's actually pretty good. I think they should have had her earlier in the video and explained the situation.
They bill, they take the Medicare numbers, they bill Medicare, the Medicare sends them a check right away. It's an easy process.
So an old person might be a bit naive to giving somebody their Medicare number,
Yes.
and without them even knowing, that's more valuable than giving them their credit card number.
Correct.
In fact, in LA, there's locations that will teach you how to open up your own hospice center. So I went there with a potential business partner to try and become a multi-millionaire in hospice.
We know that hospice is a very lucrative business, so I joined a business partner right here. His name's Darren, and we're here outside the Hospice Consultants, and we would like to start our own hospice today. We're just two young men who want to become millionaires here inside the United States, and it seems like the only way to do it nowadays is by committing fraud. So we're gonna go in and see if we can start our own hospice. Are you guys the Hospice Consultants?
Yes.
Oh, can we talk to you guys?
About?
I want to open my hospice.
You want to open a hospice?
Yeah.
Okay. What was
Do I say it, chat? I think I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to say anything.
What was your name?
My name's Nick, but I want to open up a hospice.
I understand, but we don't take care of that.
Can I get some information?
Do you want a number?
Yeah, or give me a flyer or something.
Yeah, can I just get your number real quick?
And this is the Hospice Consultant.
Yes. Not only hospice.
All right, so they say they're open right now. They won't let us into the lobby. This is no way to conduct business. We are two entrepreneurs trying to open up our own hospice.
Soaked to the bone right now.
We were denied service by the potential fraudsters, and as we were leaving, one of the fraudsters started to leave from the back in a $200,000 Maybach.
Can we have a Mercedes-Benz driving up? Where can we open a hospice at? We'd like to open up a hospice. Get a Maybach just like you. So is this how I can get a Maybach by opening up my own hospice?
Now, after seeing all the wealth that is being created from these hospice centers, I headed back to the original location where we found over 15 hospices in one plaza. I wanted to make sure it wasn't a fluke that Armenian mafia members were running the show and that there weren't just randomly $100,000 cars the day I went by. And this time, it was even worse.
Sir, how are you? Good. So what do you think about all this hospice fraud? Sir, you're in the Cybertruck, driving away, taking money from old people. Yet he's just driving away in a Cybertruck. Won't even answer.
They say green. They say geniuses pick green. Maybe that's why he's got the Cybertruck.
Questions. Let's see. We have another rich person as well. That's getting rich off this hospice. This guy's leaving as well. So the two people that walked out of Holy Angels, they're in a brand new Cybertruck and a new BMW. How lucrative of a business is hospice? I'm seeing a Cybertruck here in a nice BMW. It's good. Yeah, because
It's company cars. Company cars.
Guardian of Angels. that used to be here, $4.8 million they billed the state of California. And how many clients do you guys have?
Do you have a badge? Do I need to answer your question?
I'm just curious.
It's not mine. I just work.
Yeah. You must be getting paid pretty well, right?
Bro, my parents, bro.
Do your parents run the hospice?
They don't work.
No. Is that who's that guy in the Cybertruck? He's your uncle. So it's like a family business to own the hospices. But why was he walking out of the hospice then too?
Brother, can you leave me alone?
Like these hospices, there's nothing inside of them.
If it's not you guys, how come you're in the newest BMW and the newest Cybertruck?
Brother, because
I can only imagine what the guy is in charge.
Just all the other hospices? Do you like taking care of old people? Like, are you the one going out visiting?
This guy's busy. He's on his way to do courses and drop shipping thing, I think.
The hospice patients, sir? Uh-oh, he's gonna have to do another point turn.
Yeah, you guys are in my fucking way. Move.
Well, you could just go that way. What's the key to opening up a hospice if I wanted to open up one? Because you're in the family business of hospices. If I want to open my own?
Wouldn't you just wind up the window?
Huh? What do you do for work here?
Why?
Oh, we're just looking around. We're seeing all these hospices, so we're just curious.
Well, I don't know, man.
Word got out that I was inside of the plaza, and all the fraudsters started hopping in their cars, leaving the scene.
Excuse me. Let's see if they can just answer our question.
I mean, wouldn't you just lock the door, though, and not answer the door? Like, the idea that they're all just leaving because Nick Shirley's there, I don't believe that. It could be lunchtime. Who knows? Maybe they're just going home.
Really quick.
I mean, there probably is a lot of fraud going on here, but like, there's just like, oh, we got to get in the car and leave while there's someone out there with camera. No, you just stay in the office.
Hello, can we ask you a quick question? Driving out in a brand new M8.
Nice car.
They can't get out that easy. How can I get an M8 as well? Should I open up a hospice? Driving out in a brand new M8 BMW M8 competition. Listen to this thing. This is the sound of hospice money. And this is the guy who said he's fat because of Dr. Oz. His business is not open today. Seems like this mafia, right?
Yeah, but the guy that was fat from Dr. Oz, he went into a different building before. So they're just like going in between these like little different like hermit crab shells.
Right here is naming all of their companies after the word angel. We have Angels of Valley Hospice. We have Angels of Haven, Angels of Peace, Light of Angels. Yet the BMWs, one right here, one right there, two brand new Mercedes over there. It just is unbelievable the amount of money that these people are making, and they're not even trying to hide it. Buying these luxury cars, each and every single person's wearing some sort of designer clothing as well. And this building looks like it used to be some sort of old motel that has turned into some cash grab, money grab for hospices here. Would you like to give any last statement about what's going on here? Nothing? Because it seems like it was pretty good family business. Another guy just pulled out in the M8 competition.
Good for him, bro. Why are you guys pocket watching? Leave the fucking people alone.
Because this is taxpayers' dollars they're paying for all this stuff.
It's like the Jeremy defense. Why are you pocket watching?
That is just working.
With taxpayers' dollars receiving money from Medicare, Medicaid, Medi-Cal, you name it. And it just seems like a lot of people are getting rich.
The fact that they've got these like young guys working here makes me really think it is a scam indeed. It's just like a family scam. You just get the kids in it because they're useless, so you may as well get them inside the business so they can make some money.
I'm busy, bro. I have work.
The death of old people. What do you do for work here?
Bro.
It's sad to think about it. Here in the United States, we're literally being defrauded by people who are taking advantage of old people, young people in daycares, disabled people with autism clinics, and no one's doing anything to stop it. So I think it's time we stand up to these fraudsters and tell them, let them know, you are stealing from everyday American citizens. People can't afford homes, rents are expensive, their insurance is expensive, everything's getting more and more expensive. And if we don't crack down on this fraud, national debt's going to continue going up. It's just one of the factors that affects the national debt, and we're going to lose the value of our own dollar. So people, if they want to really fight to keep America great, a great way to do it is by fighting fraud, because this is just unbelievable. You have people driving around in BMWs, M8 competitions, Mercedes. Meanwhile, everyday American citizens are struggling to be able to afford their own bills.
It's time to end all the fraud. I feel like this one was a bit of a miss for Shirley, honestly. Like, Shirley, honestly, is not a very good journalist and not a very good investigator. But I think he kind of got a bit lucky with the Quality Learning Center and the Minnesota stuff. Not that I'm saying that I don't think that there's a lot of fraud going on in California, but I think he's a little bit out of his depth, out of his element here. He needs to collaborate with some people. Like one of the big parts of the videos that was so successful with this one, the Investigate the $1 billion one, they had that guy, this white guy. Surely he can't be serious. Well, that's the least of his problems, right? Like, who is this old guy? Like, this old guy had all the facts and numbers, and he's been there for a long time. It looks like he's I think Shirley's trying to strike lightning twice, right? But he can't find another guy like this guy. Like he had that woman at the beginning, but she was only in there for like the daycare stuff. He's a plant. I don't know about that. I think he's just a young guy trying to make his mark in the world. You're dumb. All he needs is the balls to go out there and ask questions. I disagree. You can ask questions, but you need to know what questions to ask. And I don't think he was asking the right questions. Maybe he needs to collaborate with Johnny O'Keefe. Who knows? Maybe he does. He's going to get it if he keeps sniffing around the mafia. Yeah, I think with the Minnesota stuff, it seemed like it was just kind of independent Somalis. And it's a very easy target. Not that they don't deserve it. But it's like a very clear, understandable thing that people can get behind. This one is a bit more nebulous. And it's, in my opinion, it feels like a mafia thing and a money laundering thing combined with the fraud. So he could actually be in quite a bit of trouble in this one. We'll see. I don't know. He's literally asking the right question, and people refuse to answer them. No, I don't think they're the right questions. Like saying like there was 1,000% increase in hospice. Why? That's not a good question. There could be any number of reasons for that. It could just be that there was not enough hospice previously. It's not the questions you ask, it's how you ask them. Kind of, yeah. The old guy was in it for multiple years. Have you heard of a Mormon mafia? No, I haven't. What are they? Reusable diapers are just called underwear. They're making absorbent ones for women now. It's no different. That's gross. Is that what Jeremy's into these days? You needed someone with a background in healthcare. That nurse was really good. Like, I feel like if he'd done this whole, like, I feel like if he had this, who's the thick ethnic nurse? She was great. This chick. If this chick was going along with them the entire time, I think it would have been a lot better. Jeff was a member of the Mormon Mafia. Oh, you mean just like the Mormon Church? I do hear that when you get out of the Mormon Church, they do come after you a little bit. Or you're excommunicated from the entire community. Isn't Danny Allen ex-Mormon as well? She's got a half-Korean kid now. And she's living in, I believe, I want to say Utah. Or is it Utah? Who knows? Or someone who, yeah. Yeah, I think that's what was just missing from this one. It seems like this one seems a lot more amateurish. And I think that with these sort, like this has become such a politically charged topic, the Nick Shirley stuff. It actually has just become a battle online between right and left. And it's not like, you know, Nick Shirley would probably say it's just about the fraud and just about honesty and truth. But this is what it has become online. And if you make even like the slightest error there, people are going to just expose you for that and try and derail your entire project. So you need to be, I think, really like laser tight, especially coming off the success of his previous one, where it had like 4 million on YouTube and like 30 million on Twitter. And he was doing his like media circuit around, going on Fox and everything, and all the networks really. Like there's a lot of details in this one that I feel can be picked apart and will probably be used to discredit Shirley later on, but we'll have to see. I mean, it's doing better than his average video. It's like a 4 times multiplier than his regular one. Rather, it's not a 16-time one like the previous Minnesota one. Is there healthcare? I mean, there absolutely is healthcare fraud. No, that's not true. That's not true. Why do you keep pronouncing hospice like that? Hospice? I've always called it hospice. I think that's the way it's just said where I'm from. That's how it's written, hospice. I'm not from the same country as you. Probably. I used to investigate insurance fraud for a living. Why are you pocket watching, bro? Gangs are related to it. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Hospice. You guys are so mad. Like we listen to the pronunciation. Look. How to pronounce. Look, here it is. This is the true one.
Speechmodification.com presents how to pronounce hospice.
Hospice. See? Literally the same.
Hospice.
Hospice. Okay? I was just right again. Chat is wrong. This video has 8,000 views. That means I'm correct. Imagine taking the bait. I like the hose spice must flow. Like my name? Rooftops? Broken homeschool. Oh dear. All right, guys. I'm gonna head out for today. Probably Friday stream this week. I have to show some people around on Friday. So provided I actually get back in time, there should be a Friday stream. Maybe stream tomorrow, we'll see. Been pretty busy this week, but I'm less busy from next week. Maybe, we'll see. All right, peace.